My absolute favorite things to do is to listen to people overshare on the internet.
Lustful state, I ordered a trans Mex worker for me and my boyfriend at the time on Father's Day.
That is a wild Father's Day gift. She ain't doing the regular, you get some coochie. She said you're going to get a big D too.
It's such a dangerous thing that it knows no gender. Once that spirit of lust gets you, it will start going after anything. It has no preference. It has no gender preference. It has no age preference. It just wants to be satisfied. And that spirit of lust is something that can consume you. That's why the devil uses it. He wants to consume us with the spirit of lust. Once that spirit of lust consumes you, it alters your mind. Literally, it alters your whole being. You become a whole different person. Okay, that's why the Bible says to flee from it, and that's why it's so big on not fornicating and adultery, and which are all kind of like gateways into that lust. That lustful spirit literally is never satisfied. That's why when people start watching pornography or certain things, they need more and they need more and they need more. And then one thing is not enough. So then you start doing the next thing, and then that's not enough. So then you start doing the next thing. That's why people be getting ickier and ickier. I'm trying to find the soft words for that. But they get ickier and ickier because that lust spirit is devouring, but it always wants more. It's such a nasty, disgusting spirit. And I am so like... Luckily, there's no condemnation, but some of the things I did in my most lust-filled moments, I literally shiver about, because when I think about them, they're disgusting.
She start ordering specialty workers for holiday events. You deep in the trenches. You freaky. You a freaky bee. Somebody in the comments said the devil ain't do that to you. Somebody said on Father's Day, Red Lobsters wasn't booked. Another person said, so no accountability at all. We're just going to blame the devil and move on. That's actually what I wanted to know. Somebody said, so what did all three of y'all do together? Really, I thought she was going to get into that. And then it turned into a life lesson, which, okay, it was a good life lesson. But at the same time, I just kind of want to know, like, what was the dynamic? Who did who first? Who did the bending?
Work at the adult store. We've been over this shit. So this older lady, well, she wasn't old. She probably like middle-aged, like 50. She wasn't old. But she comes in here bright and early for her to get this at 10. Okay, listen to me. This lady comes in and she starts taking a look at our dong. I don't like the word dong. She starts willies. We'll call them willies. She starts looking at our
willies. Back in my day, they used to call them tallywhackers.
Willy wall. We haven't.
They got a tallywhacker wall.
An entire big ass section for it, like just a whole wall full of them, right? So she's looking at the whole wall for about 10 minutes. I'm on my computer. I'm just doing. It's 10 a.m. I usually do price changes early in the morning, so I'm just sitting on the computer. She's looked at them for about like 10 minutes. Then she comes into my counter and she was like, "This is so embarrassing, but are these the biggest ones you have?" And I'm like, I start to chuckle a little bit, like, cause she's giggling with me, so like I do good at like making sure people don't think I'm judging them. But she was like, "Are these like the biggest ones you have?" And I kind of like lean over the counter and point to her. I'm like, if you look on the bottom row, some of them go up all the way to like 12, 13, like 12, 13 of them. So I'm like, yeah, if you look at the bottom row, like some of them go up to like 12 and 13, and those are like the biggest ones we have. She was like, I'm looking for something like a little bigger. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Baby, what kind of cat you got? Ooh, that's a man cave. That cat's a man cave.
Like I said, oh, fuck. Okay, look, this lady was cool. So like, I don't think she thought I was judging her, but I was like, oh, fuck. Like, she was such a tiny little old lady. I'm like, where the fuck you finna put all that shit? So I tell her like, well, this whole wall is our willy wall. So like, I was like, we don't really have another section. And then I remembered in the back, we have like a miscellaneous section. We have a section of willies that like, that we call it our fun section. It's basically a section of willies that don't look like normal willies. They look like little creatures. They got like different shapes and like, they just don't look like normal willies. So I was like, we have like a miscellaneous section. She was like, okay, can you take me to that? So I take her in the back to our little fun section. She goes and starts looking at him. She was like, "Oh, these are fucking cool." And I'm like, "Yeah." And then she's shuffling through, looking at him for a second, and she was like, "I want that one." And y'all ain't gonna guess what she fucking grabbed. I was like, "Okay, you want this?" I was like, "This one's not even shaped like a willy. I thought you were looking for like a willy." She was like, "Yeah, but it's big enough." She got, and mind you, this item she got has been here the entire time I've worked here. It is the only one we have in stock. We have literally one of them because we didn't think anyone would ever fucking buy them. She got a hand. It's literally like, bro, it's literally this. It's the shape of like my fucking hand. And it looks like this. She got a 15-inch hand, bro. It's literally called the arm. Like that's what it's called. It's called the arm. And I was like, this is not even shaped like a. She was like, "Yeah, but it's big enough." She got a whole fucking arm. I kind of just put my hands up and was like, "Okay." And then I grabbed it and took it to the counter. And as I'm walking up, she's like, "Don't judge."
You judged. You're judged.
I ain't judging shit. I ain't judging shit. But I got questions.
She must be into. No, I don't know what she into, but baby, she got a deep dish coochie.
America, watching YouTube, chilling, big TV, nice, feet are up, crossed like this as if I'm a grandma. My phone vibrates. But this is not normal Snapchat, Instagram notification sound. This is different. Okay, what's this sound? I fiddle in my pocket as if I'm looking for change. I pull out my phone. I see Tinder notification. Bear in mind, I paid for the platinum when I got to America. Laugh!
He wasn't wasting no time. He said he knew as soon as he dropped in America, he was looking for the hoes, so he paid for the platinum edition to find them.
Laugh! It works. It works. I have to invest in myself. So as I've paid for it, I know that I can see who matched me, who messaged. Bear in mind, when I go to a different country on Tinder, I don't play around. I don't sit there like, "Oh, you know, hello, how are you?" This, that. I send the same message. "Come see me," to every girl. To expand my reach. Laugh. See, Gabby, it doesn't work. My success rate speaks for itself. So, I know when I've opened Tinder up on my phone, it's potential meet. It's straight away potential meet. The girl is now looking a bit funky. This girl that has responded, but bear in mind, I'm low-key. I've been here for a while, couple days. I need some. So I look. The girl looks kind of funky. The hair's twisted this way. Jangle, malango, kangu, langu. We can work with it though. I'm even adjusting my neck. She's not that bad. Like if I look at her from this angle, she looks kind of nice. So the girl tells me, "Oh, okay, what's your location? I'll come see you right now. Well, after work, around 8 p.m. I say, "Okay, we can make this work." I say, "That's my location. Tell me when you're outside." Bear in mind, it's all on the Tinder app. Not on any other social. And I feel weird just texting from the Tinder app. My location. Tell me when you're outside. Phone's gone away, back in pocket. I've sat there, kind of excited, adrenaline pumping. I wonder if she's actually gonna come. Ning, 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 ning. A minute later, the girl's responded. "Okay, cool. But," and this is the part I didn't understand. "By the way, I'm burnt right now. Is that still cool if I come? I'm burnt right now. Is that still cool if I come?" I said, "Burnt. You burnt your finger?" I don't know what that means, so I'm just assuming you can still come. Babes, don't worry. I said, "Burnt. Sure, that's fine." Time skip. The girl arrived outside, let me know. I've gone. She's picked me up in her car. Americans, they drive crazy. She's driving. We've now arrived at some secluded location in the bush. I don't know where it is. We've arrived there. It's dark. Me and the girl talking. I've just been doing small talk the whole time. Low-key, my neck is getting mad because I don't want to look at her. I don't look. So we're just talking. Next thing you know, we're parked up and there's two adults in a room. It's not rocket science. What's going to happen? She started grabbing onto me. But I've made sure the light is off because I don't want to see her. But as
He said he just gonna get it anyway. He can get it. He don't really care. He don't care what you look like. He don't care. He don't even know what burnt means. He just know he finna have him a good old time.
You know, how can I say? Removing said cloth from the girl. I've looked down. And I've looked back up at her. And now I've put the light on because I could sense
This man had turned to OBGYN.
I said, what is going on down there? Red, rashy. A scent of death. I've never smelled something like this. Death, just here is death. It'll make a brother literally go insane. Red, ashy, charcoal, black, brown. And there's just a little hole. And there's just a little gap. And that gap is just saying, save me. It's not saying, visit me. It's not saying, visit me. It's saying, save me. No, another one. That's what the gap is saying. That hole is saying, my boy, don't come here. Don't open this door. And I've said, what did you tell me not to worry about again? What? You're burnt? Yeah, but you said it's fine. Just do it.
Y'all, let me tell you about the time I knew something wrong with me and that I was mentally fucked up in the head. I was like 18 or 19 years old, and I was going with this dude. Well, we was staying together, actually. He was like 23 at the time, and I wanted to see if he was cheating. So, bitch, I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, went outside and keyed that man's car. I wrote bitch, hoe, stupid, everything on that man's car. And then I went back in the bed. I went and got back in the bed because, bitch, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was tired. That was a lot of work. Keying that car, I was tired. So he had to get up for work. It was like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. He was up getting ready for work. I went outside of my car to pretend like I had to go get my charger out of the car. So I bust back in the house. I said, well, who the fuck did that to your car? And he said, what? I said, who the fuck did that to your car? You got all types of shit on your car, bitch. Ho, somebody done keyed your car. Well, who do that to your car? So he ran out the door to go see his car, whatever like that. I went out the door behind him. I'm standing beside him. I said, well, who the fuck would have did that? He named 3 possible bitches that could have did that to his car. I said, what? He went and telling all the business. Because at that point, he caught all these bitches, they done keyed your car. So who the fuck would have did that to your car? So he went and tell me. It was about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. We out there in that front yard fighting. I'm out there on his ass. Whole time, I'm the motherfucker that keyed your car. And you want to tell me it could have been 3 possible bitches that could have did that to your goddamn car? You stupid motherfucker. But now that I think about it, I really could have just went through that goddamn man's phone because I had his password. I didn't have to key his car. I ain't have to key his car. I could have just went.
So gardening supplies, and he called me and he was like, hey, you want to spend the weekend with me? And I was like, yeah, sure. So he was like, all right, get a rental car and drive to DC and pick me up.
First
so I
red
drove.
flag. She's getting a rental car and she's driving to DC to go pick up somebody to go see him, and he sells gardening supplies.
DC with my happy-go-lucky self, and I picked my boo up, right? So he started loading up the car, and that was kind of strange because usually he only has like 1 suitcase with him, but this time he had like mad bags, and he kept loading the car. And then he was like, hey, we're just gonna take the trip down south and we're gonna drive straight back to New York when we're done. I was like, all right, cool, that's a bet. So we start driving, and by 2 a.m, I realized the car's out of gas. So I go to a gas station and I go put gas in the car because he's still asleep. And then when I pull out the gas station, the cops pulls me over. So the cop pulls us over and takes my ID, like a standard stop and frisk, we'll stop, whatever. And the cop comes back and he's like, hey, we need to search the car. So my man is like arguing with the cop, and the cop goes back because he's like, oh, it's 2 a.m, I don't feel safe, you have to call your sergeant has to come do it for us, I don't trust you. So the cop goes back in the car and sits in the car, and then my man looks over at him. He was like, hey, do you love me? And I was like, yeah, I love you. And he was like, hey, I need you to drive off on this cop. I have an open warrant for a pew. So I look at him and I say, put your seatbelt on, and I start fucking taking off. I'm driving. So now we're in North Carolina. I'm driving, high speed cop chase. By the time the cop realized I drove off, I was already like probably down far. So the cop pulls off and we're in a high speed chase. I get to the welcome to South Carolina sign, and I'm thinking we're good. As I'm driving, he's throwing duffel bags out the car, throwing. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, yeah, I got a lot of gardening supplies in here, and it's a lot to put us under the jail. And I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm trying to get the fuck out of South Carolina because I'm like, shit, like how far do I have to drive to make them stop chasing us? Because by the time I got to South Carolina, I probably picked up a lot of cops for speeding. That was my issue. So he's yelling at me. He's like, no, you can't keep going straight. You can't keep going straight. You have to turn the car. So I'm like, no, I'm not turning the car. I'm going to flip the car if I turn the car. He's like, turn the fucking car. So I turned the car, and what did it happen? We flipped the fucking car. And by the time we flipped the car, the cops got up to us, pulled us out the car, and they're laughing their ass off at us. And I'm like, fuck, we're going down, right? So I'm like, why are they laughing? Why are they laughing? I look up, we flipped in front of the precinct.
This is my weekly favorite dose of oversharing. Until next time.